Oh, shoot, I didn't check my teeth. I just ate breakfast. Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, clear. And no one's here yet, so that's good. I took out my sparkly sweater for my live today. I had so much fun the other day, and you know, I just realized that this is such a good thing to do, and it's actually not just good for me, but for you all to see, you know, no matter what response you get, like it's such a good practice to be in, to put yourself out there and to say what you have to say and to not care if you're perfect or if anything is like, you know, coming out exactly the way what you wanted to say and it's not scripted, and you just kind of do it. So I just hope that, you know, my practice inspires you to also, whatever it would mean for you to, you know, do what you maybe don't do. And I don't even have a problem doing this, or it doesn't like make me that nervous or anything like that. I just somehow put it off and procrastinate and, you know, just don't focus on it. And partly that's because I don't need to do this for business, you know? And it's a really important point that I want to say to you all here, which is that I always talk about the fact that so many people have to do, are doing so many things. So many coaches are doing so many things to try to build their business, and Facebook Live, Facebook videos, Instagram, Snapchat, blogging, podcasting, writing a book. All these things are things that people, coaches out there, are telling other coaches to do in order to build their business. And it's not that it doesn't hurt to do those things, but they don't guarantee clients and income. And so when I'm talking with dozens of coaches every single week that are coming to me, hey Amanda, that are coming to me and they are not making the kind of money they want, they've been doing all these things for a long time, right? All of the tactics and the things and the ebooks and the free downloads and the Facebook video and Facebook Live and all that stuff, and it's not working to bring in clients. And so that's why I do what I do and help coaches know exactly what they need to do to put an automated system in place in order to get more clients consistently, predictably, in a proven system that pretty much all the multi-6 and 7-figure coaches are using. And what's beautiful about it is that you automate your client lead generation, your soulmate client lead generation. So you don't have to do all those things in order to try to get clients or hope in a prayer that a client's gonna come from one of those things that you're doing. And so I was just saying that one of the reasons that I don't do these videos all the time or post in the group all the time or really like focus on building the group is because I don't need to for business. I don't need to get more strategy calls or anything. And so a lot of times it's really easy for me to forget about it. But I also realize when I don't do it for a while that I really enjoy being with you guys and building community, and really, even if you're not working with me privately, I love to inspire you to think bigger and make your passion prosperous. You know, it's really important to me. So that's why I decided that I'm gonna start doing this more. And I had so much fun the other day. Hey, Katie. I had so much fun the other day that I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it again today, and maybe I'll put like a schedule in place for myself, because that might make me stick to it more, and it might be better for you guys so you can rock up to the live. So, okay, so what I was gonna talk about today, or what I am gonna talk about today, are the only 2 things that you need to focus on to have a $10,000 a month business or more in coaching, okay? And you can use organic strategies for this. Hello, beautiful Genevieve. You can use organic strategies for this, or you can use what I like to call paid traffic strategies. And you guys know that I use paid traffic, and I have an automated funnel system that brings me a steady stream of clients and leads and all of that stuff. And that's what I pretty much teach all my clients how to do, how to implement, so they can just like be in their feminine flow and have clients just come to them without them needing to go out and get them and chase them, right? It's just like they rock up, they come, you're just an attraction magnet, you get to sit. And I mean, it's not that it's not hard work. I'm not saying that like running up multi-6 and 7-figure business isn't work. We have to work, but the client lead generation part, the things that most coaches are out there trying to do to get clients, like posting everywhere on social media and in Facebook groups and doing lives and videos and all that stuff, you don't have to do. You do it if you want to do it. You do it if it's fun. You know, I still post on my Facebook profile and I do this live video here, and I what else? I post on my Instagram, and I sometimes do Snapchat. I do all of that because it's fun for me and I have followers and I like to interact with people, but I don't do it because I need to get clients that way. And it's a huge difference. It's so freeing, right? So what I'm talking about here is these two things that you need to focus on every day. It's the only, when we simplify what we need to focus on doing to build our business, it's a lot easier to get the results we want, right? So that's why I wanted to break it down to these two things. What I was just saying is you can do and focus on these two things even if you're not in the Facebook ad game yet, or in YouTube ad game, or in Pinterest ad game, or the paid traffic social media game yet. And I highly recommend you don't do that unless you know someone, or you're working with someone, or you've paid a mentor to help you do it right. Otherwise you will waste money, and it's how people have a bad result and then they stop doing it, right? So it does work. I'm telling you that it does work amazingly, but you need to know what you're doing, okay? And of course, I'm happy to have a strategy call with you if you want to talk about how that could work for you. But these two things that I'm gonna share with you in just a moment, hang in there with me, you can do in your organic strategies. And your organic strategies are all those things like I was just talking about, like you're posting on Facebook groups and you're posting on your Facebook profile and you're maybe doing video. These are all amazing things to do, especially in the beginning, especially if you're a newbie coach and you're really just kind of like forming your message and you're really trying to get your ideal client honed in, and you're willing to work with like maybe some different kinds of people to really figure out what like the sweet spot is of what you do and who you want to work with. So when you're just beginning, it's really good to just focus on organic strategies unless you have a mentor, you know, directly helping you create your automated funnel system. So ready for the two things? Ready for the two things? Ready for the two things? Now, you might have resistance when I say these two things, so hold on and I will talk about that in a second. But for having a $10,000 a month business consistently, why can't I say that word today? So funny. I think because I want to say predictably at the same time, and I'm trying to like put them together. So funny. Okay, consistently and predictably attracting clients in every single month like clockwork so you can meet your $10,000 a month goal, right? Or more. This is a 5-figure a month business and a 6-figure a year business. So the thing that you really need to know is that you have to be charging high ticket prices, okay? You can't be selling a $27 ebook and expect to make $10,000 a month, okay? I hope everyone knows this at this time, and if you don't, you know, like, send me a question here, and I'm happy to explain to you why that doesn't work. I know that a lot of times people think it works because you see like big names out there and even ads going to little ebooks, right? And so you're like, okay, that must work because otherwise they wouldn't be doing it. Please. It just doesn't work to meet your income goals, and it's where I see so many coaches go wrong. Even a $297 course, also really, really, really hard to meet $10,000 a month or more, okay? So the only way to meet these kinds of income goals are to have a high ticket business, and what I mean by high ticket business is you're not charging less than $2,000 for your service, okay? So you don't sell anything below $2,000, okay? And so your program to work with you is $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $10,000, whatever you want it to be, but it starts at $2,000, okay? I'm gonna say a sip of my coffee, please. And so in order to do high ticket sales, you have to do sales calls, okay? And I say that like that because a lot of coaches, including myself, long ago in the past had a deep resistance to doing sales calls. Women tend to really resist selling themselves or their program or whatever they do. It just is something that we, men, I don't know, and I'm not speaking like bad about the masculine or a man, but it's just something more natural for them to be like, yo, bro, like I rock, and we don't naturally do that. Does anyone hear me? Like, right? We don't really like to do that. We feel like, especially woman to woman, we don't want to like be too selling ourselves. Okay. And then all this stuff comes up around our value and how much we're worth and all that stuff. Okay. So there's a lot of resistance that comes up as it relates to sales calls. And I totally get that, but you can totally overcome it, and it's actually one of the best spiritual personal development journeys when you go on that journey, when you see what comes up for you as it relates to sales calls. So I encourage you not to shy away from it, and I encourage you to actually embrace it, and say, bring it on, universe. Let me see what comes up for me when I'm trying to have a conversation about my program with someone, and then telling them that it costs $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000. What comes up? Because it's really powerful. It's really powerful. So for a while there, I got so many no's. I mean, this is a few years ago. So many no's and so many I had to think about it, and I didn't know what I was doing on the sales call, and I really didn't know how to make it effective, and I didn't know how to make it feel good for me and feel good for them, and that I was like, I never want to do this again. I got to figure out another way. And then I struggled forever. So the reality is, honestly, and this isn't just coming from me, like I have mentors that make, multi-millions, and they do sales calls. And the thing that you might make you feel better is that eventually you don't have to do all the sales calls. So when you get to a big number in your business, and you're getting like consistent flow, you can hire people to do your sales calls. Isn't that exciting? And so that's totally possible. And I'm actually about to start doing that myself. And so, yeah, it's cool. It's really exciting. And then you don't have to do them anymore. But it's really important that you do them in the beginning, and you really understand your business, and you understand what comes up, and you understand your clients, you understand the people that are coming to you and what are their major issues. So, okay, so the first thing that you have to know in order to have a $10,000 month or more every single month is to sell high ticket programs. And to sell high ticket programs, number one, you need to do or get strategy calls, okay, on your calendar. People need to book into your calendar. You should be using an auto scheduler, okay? There's a few out there. I use Schedule Once. And you need to be booking. Oh, my connection is weak. Well, I don't know. Should be working. Let me know if you can't hear me. So you should be getting strategy calls. And then the second thing is to convert your strategy calls into clients. So it makes it very simple, guys. When sometimes clients come to me and they're focused on like their photos or their website or their logo or their graphics or anything like that, and they're spending any time on stuff like that, it is a non-income producing activity. And so many of us get lost in doing those things, like even commenting and liking on Facebook, getting lost on social media, it's like really to break it down, to meet your income goals. Like we have to make it so simple. Every single day you want to focus on how do I get more strategy calls booked on my calendar with potential clients? And then two, how do I really learn how to do those calls so well and so successfully that people start booking into your program, okay? And that you start having high ticket sales right on the phone, okay? If you didn't see my live the other day, I was talking a little bit about why you want to consider, if you're thinking about doing the big launch business model. The big launch business model is creating a course and then thinking you're going to do this, you're going to launch it one day, and then like, 1 million people are going to buy it and you're going to make a bunch of money, right? And so it could happen, but it's kind of hard to happen unless you're a big dog and you have all these affiliates and you have all like thousands and thousands and thousands of people on your list and you buy a bunch of traffic, right? But in the beginning, it's really hard to do that. And so many new coaches are trying to do that, but they're not having any success, right? They say they're going to launch and then no one buys their course and they don't know why. And so then the other business model is called Evergreen. and it's a program that you just do constant enrollment to. So whenever you have a strategy call, you talk to someone about your program. If they say yes, then you enroll them right into your program. You start working with them right away. And it's just much easier to meet your income goals like that. And actually not just hit 10K, but I mean, it's possible to have a $50,000 or more business doing that model. Really, when you're dialed in enough and you move away from just organic strategies, because that's like you just going out and trying to chase clients, right? It's okay in the beginning, but you don't want to do that long term. It's just not sustainable. Once you have a funnel, like an automated system set up, you're just looking at statistics that tell you, okay, if I spend more, I'm going to get more strategy calls. And if I have a conversion rate, your conversion rate really should be around 20% of your calls. So if you do 10 calls, you want to sell 2. You want to bring 2 people into your program. And so if you know your numbers, it's very easy to be like, hey, so I'm going to increase my ad spend. I'm going to get more calls on my calendar. And I know that I book 20% of my calls. So therefore, I'm going to increase my income by double or whatever you want. So that's what makes this a real business. When we do just organic strategies, or we're trying to sell an e-course, or we're trying to sell an ebook, and we're trying to meet income like that, it's kind of like a hobby. Like, let's face it, you know, we're not really sure where our next client is going to come from. We don't know how they're going to get on our calendar. Really difficult to run like an actual business that way. And that's when you have the feast and famine, the ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs, and just not fun, right? We want to serve more people and make more money and just have a really good time doing it. So, any questions for the few of you that are here? I know some of you may listen to the replay later, and that's awesome. I'm so glad I was able to hop on here. Let me check the time. Okay, I've been here for like 15 minutes. And I'm happy to take any questions related to this or anything else while I'm here for the next few minutes. What you got? What you got? So the 2 things, I'll just recap what I was saying, the 2 things that you really just want to focus on. I mean, you need to have your program, you need to know what your high ticket offer is, and you want to sort of have a script, and maybe I'll do another live on that one day, and you can let me know if that would be helpful. A live one day, I'm like, what do you say on these calls, right? How to have like an authentic sales conversation, really important. And so once you know how to do that, then, and you have your high ticket offer, really you just want to be focused, those 2 things. Getting more calls on your calendar and converting those calls into clients. That's it. So it makes it really easy when you get up in the morning, you're like, hey, cool, I'm going to make more money in my business. I'm going to drive this thing forward. It's awesome. It's like, yeah, think about what are you doing? Like, are you like creating a new logo, or like, you know, creating a new graphic, or like a new ebook, or a new like freebie download, or those things don't really work, you know? Like, I mean, they're not really focused. They're like hope and a prayer. Like, okay, maybe if I get more people on my email list, and I'm not saying getting more people on your email list is not a good thing. It is, but it doesn't directly translate to getting more strategy calls, and that's the only way that you can really make that kind of money in your business. Okay? So, any questions? I think I'm talking a mile a minute because, well, it's telling me there's 10 comments and I don't see any comments. So what's up with that, Facebook? It says, conversation starter, 10 comments so far. And I don't see any comments, guys. I don't know if, hope I'm not missing your comments. Maybe you're not saying anything at all. But I will look here in the group. I can see it that way, I guess. Oh yeah, there's comments. I don't see them, guys, on my screen, which is so Facebook fail. Okay, Shaneri, yes, very uncomfortable to have sales calls, you mean? But totally necessary. Amanda, 100%, awesome. Genevieve, hello, lovely. Katie, hi. Okay, that's all I see. Cool. Thank you guys for being here. I'm sorry I couldn't see your comments as they come in, which is like, what, A Facebook Live should be, right? Anyway, if you're watching the replay and you have any questions related to this, like, well, how do I get more strategy calls and what do I say to people and like that kind of thing, then write a comment below and I'm happy to help you as much as I can. Again, you need 5 clients. If you're charging $2,000, which is like the absolute lowest end, most of my clients start at $3,000 or more, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, okay, a client. But say you want to make $10,000 a month, like you'd be psyched with that, like that would be cool for you, then you need 5 new clients a month at $2,000. It's not that much. So if you convert 20%, what is that? You need 20 calls, right? Like around you need like 20 to 25 calls on your calendar every month. So that's about 5 to 6 calls scheduled a week. So if you knew that at the start of every week and you were like, okay, cool, so I'm just going to go out and I'm going to get 5 calls on my calendar. You know? Like, makes it very simple. Exactly what you need to do. Okay, loves. Was so good to be with you, and I hope you have a fabulous day and a fabulous Friday and a fabulous weekend, and go make some more money in your business. Let's do this.